Do you know what the biggest social nuisance is after Karens? It's these shallow, woke people. They're entitled and dominating with their narrow interpretation of how things work in the real world. Here are some instances when the woke idiots got destroyed. Number 1. Identify as correct. So, is it wrong to call pregnant women as mothers? The debate between this man and women starts with this argument and goes on to complicated matters like identity.
Okay, well, Michael, do you know what the leading cause of death for pregnant people is?
Pregnant people? Mothers? Women?
If you'd like to call them mothers, not all of them are mothers, but if you'd like to call them that.
What are they if they're not mothers?
They're pregnant people.
What people other than mothers are pregnant?
Does it bother you to use inclusive language? It only takes a couple extra syllables to use inclusive language.
To include
and
who?
It seems to include people who don't identify as women but can become pregnant.
So, like a person who's born a woman and then identifies as a man and is pregnant.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that in order to be a moral person, I need to accept the idea that a man, someone who is born a man and looks like a man, can really become a woman. That's a prerequisite of my being a moral person.
I mean, yes, to me it is, because if you are trying to deny someone of their identity and deny what their life experience is, then that doesn't seem like a moral stance to me. I want to be accepting and I want to respect people's life experiences and respect the way that they want to identify and respect the way that they want to present themselves to the world.
Bronte, I would
Yes.
like to identify, I do identify actually, as the correct person on this issue of abortion. I identify as being correct and more correct than you on this issue. And I would just ask that you accept and affirm my identity. Do you?
Well, you are not a medical professional, and abortion and pregnancy
No, I'm
is
just
a
talking about
medical
my
profession.
identity.
So, if you bring logic to the table, these woke people will crumble. They have no further arguments. Number 2. The trans women conundrum. We should really acknowledge the biological advantages men have over women. So, in this context, is it fair to make a trans woman compete in women's sports? Clearly, they have a biological advantage because they are biologically men. So this adds up to the challenges women face in sports.
Should trans women be included in feminist conversations? How about in women's spaces?
Yes, they're women. What's the question? Trans women are women.
So I want to come at this from the position of an athlete. So I play semi-pro basketball, semi-pro volleyball. So when it comes to like athletic spaces, I don't think that trans women should be allowed into athletic spaces. Again, we work very hard for the little opportunity there is in the space because we're not as entertaining as the men. Sorry, we're just not. And so it's like you're going to take the little opportunity that we're given. And the problem is we can't compete. We can't. Like, I'm 6 foot. If I go up against a 6 foot guy and I play basketball with him, he's gonna body me, even if I have years more of training. And so it's like you're taking away the little opportunity that we're given and we all work so hard for, and you're just giving it back to biological guys. It's like this will be the end of women's sports.
Have you tried confidence?
Eli, hold on, Minnie.
Sorry,
Eli.
confidence can't make me bench what a guy benches.
So when this woke lady argues that trans women should be allowed to compete in women's sports, this female athlete's reply was totally logical and savage. Number 3. Boy entering girl's locker room. A school teacher who complained about a boy entering a girl's locker room got suspended without pay.
Thank you both so much for coming on. Travis, first to you, did I misstate what happened? You complained about a man in the women's locker room and you were punished?
Correct. I made a social media post that referred to the male student as a male, and I was punished because I misgendered him.
You lost your job or you're suspended without pay from your job?
Correct, as the soccer coach.
So you were the creep in this. I have to ask, did other employees at the school take you aside and say we're on your side? Did anyone protest your suspension?
None of the other employees did. Other community members have supported me, though, privately.
Number 4. Gender pronouns. This guy or person blabs, and he doesn't even make any sense. Man, women, mask, what is he talking about? So, there are more pronouns in the world than names.
And that's why people start to fight back, and that's why people object.
And your attempts to regulate my language use, and
I don't care about your language use. I care about the safety of the people who are being harmed.
I know people who make your kinds of arguments are always concerned with other people's safety.
I'm concerned with my own safety. Just so that people are aware, my physical, emotional life and livelihood is at risk from being here. And that's not true of everyone.
In comparison to mine, say.
I don't know about yours because I don't live your life.
You know perfectly well about it.
Number 5, the superstar. Again, when trans women enter female sports, it creates room for debate.
But is she, they, whatever, is she a biological male? No, it turns out she's a biological female.
Not she, so.
So what is she?
Well, whatever they'd like to go. Let's go.
Well, hang on.
Just to be clear.
I think,
Quinn.
I haven't asked a question.
They and Quinn.
I haven't asked a question yet. She is a transgender non-binary. What is that?
Well,
how can you be transgender and non-binary?
Because that's what they are.
I thought non-binary meant you were neither one nor the other.
What Quinn also is an Olympic medalist.
Hang on, sorry. I thought transgender meant you literally male to female, female to male. Turns out the non-binary is not the same as transgender, or it is.
I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I would say that's probably because they're not allowed to take the correct amount of testosterone because they are still playing in the women's team. And so I would assume they are saying they're non-binary.
Testosterone.
No,
doesn't want to be
exactly, that's what I'm saying. So
Quinn doesn't want to be male.
Because Quinn can't compete.
Quinn is a female playing against females, but now doesn't want to identify as a woman.
Because you won't let her play on the male team.
No, you're
on the male team.
You're missing the point. She doesn't want to play on the male team. But she's not actually
Quinn might like to do that.
No, Quinn wants to be an ex-woman, Alex.
Hang
on, Paula. No.
Who's upset
Paula,
about this?
Stop being mean by interrupting. I'm coming to Alex. Alex, I just want to get my head around this. She's a transgender, non-binary ex-woman. So my question is, if you're no longer identifying as a woman, what are you doing playing in the Women's World Cup? Not my title. That is the official title of a tournament. She doesn't qualify. They don't qualify, even though there's only one of them. They don't qualify for the Women's World Cup because they used to be a woman, but now they don't want to be a woman. So now we have to call them they for being a transgender, even though they're non-binary, and they're still playing in the Women's World Cup, and we're all supposed to go, well done, Quinn, what a moment! What a moment, but no one's quite sure what we're celebrating.
Number 6, abortion in kids. This man is pestering school kids with his narrow thoughts on abortion. You can see the kids retaliating with funny and savage comments.
The only people who think their identity is subjectively defined are 2-year-olds. And I mean that technically, because 2-year-olds are egocentric, which means they can't bring their identity in alignment with a social norm.
What do you think of these situations? Tell us in the comments. Also, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss any future content from us. Stay informed, stay updated.